Hey guys, today I will make a review of the ZUX flybarless unit. This one I bought from hobbyking. And before we go into what comes in this little box, I will say that this is the S unit. There's two units out there. The first one and then the newer one called ZUX S. The difference is that the S unit can use a satellite. That means you don't need a full-blown receiver to actually connect to your airplane. I would only recommend that on like helicopters on a 450 or smaller than that. If you go bigger than that, I will still use the full receiver. But you have the option anyway. And also the new software supports quadcopters and helicopter or airplanes. Haven't tried that out yet, but from what I hear, it's pretty good. But this is the box you get. Anyway, this is the box I got, and what's inside is, of course, the little unit. We'll get back to that in a little second. And inside the box, you get these two bags. Let's talk about this one first. There's the all the leads needing to connect it to the servers and to the receiver and stuff like that. If you want to use a satellite, you need an additional cable depending on what kind of satellite you're using. If you're using a DSMX or Futaba system, but you can buy that as an optional thing. And you also get these mounting plates. The only thing is, if you're using this on a high vibration helicopter, that means like a nitro helicopter, the manual recommends, and I also that you use some kind of dampening plate, normally some kind of metal plate, which is not included. I wish they would have included that. But just be aware that you will need to buy that for yourself. I was using the one from the CSM gyros when I mounted it up on one of my nitros. But just be aware that you will need to buy that. You also, in this box, get the USB connector, which seems like a nice thing that this is included. It's only a few bucks, but the problem is that if you end up having more of these units, you will also end up with a lot of these. The first ones I bought was not the S unit, and I did not have this included with those, but after that I bought a lot of S units, and I now, as you can see, have 3 of these. But anyway, I wish that just, excluded this from the set, had it, you buy it as an optional thing, and maybe instead included the dampening plate. But that is just what it is. Just be aware of these few facts. But let's get into the heart of it, so to speak. This is the unit. Very, very simple unit. The only thing you have on this is the connection to the USB cable, and the different connections depending on how you mount it. If you're using a satellite or you're using a full-blown receiver. And then on the other side, I'll go in a little here. There's this here. There's a small reset button. Can be a little difficult to actually touch, but you need that in the setup period, so it's nothing you're going to need on your everyday basis. But the thing is that, of course, you're not including any CDs, so you have to download all the firmware and software yourself. That I really don't mind. It changed so often that it's fine with me that I have to do that. The software that you can use to set up this unit is a must. There is ways to do it, or to change some of the settings with the transmitter. Wouldn't recommend that. That is just too much of a hassle. But the software itself is actually pretty nice. it will guide you through the whole process. If anybody's interested, I will definitely make a little video showing you how to set it up on in the software. Some people are having a little problem with having the software connect to the unit. I never had that problem, so I don't know why. But having it connect with the satellite, if you're only using the satellite, which I do on one of my 450s, is a bit of a hassle depending on what kind of satellite you're using. But you're more than welcome to ask me. I will help you all that I can. I have been playing around with it a little. But again, the software is very nice, and you can update the firmware with the software. And you have to talk about the price. This is super cheap. I think you can get about like 4 or 5 of these compared to one Beast X. I wouldn't say it's better than the Beast X. I still think the Beast X is a little more, what you call it, when it's windy, the Beast X handles the wind better than this unit. It might be some of the settings that I haven't played completely, haven't set them up completely right yet. There is a lot of settings, but from the price of it, it is definitely a super unit, and I've seen people flying insane 3D with these units, so they are able to handle it despite the low price tag. So is it compared to a normal gyro? Of course, the flybarless unit is a little more trickier to set up, but you know, that goes for all units. But again, compared to the Beast X, I'm not sure I'm going to buy more of these. Of the Beast X, I think I will stick with these for a little while, and maybe later on try some of the more expensive units, like the new Brain unit that comes out, or maybe the V-Bar or something like that. But are you coming into flybarless? Try these out. And for the price, if you don't really like it, I'm pretty sure you can sell it online for almost the same thing as you gave for it. So definitely recommend it. There's only these few things that the package does not have all the things you need if you're running on Nitro. And for the satellite, you need this additional cable. But other than that, it's a super unit. This specific one is actually going to be mounted on my my 500. Just got the new head with the mail today, so I'm looking forward to trying that out, seeing how that works. But recommended buy, guys, and have a nice day.